A disclaimer, I'm not by any means saying that I'm a nutritionist or a dietitian or a fitness expert. This is just me sharing my experiences and what worked for me. So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Agnes reporting right from my humble board. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to subscribe. As the title suggests, today's video is going to be about how I detox from traveling. And again, in case you didn't catch the purpose of my channel, if you're new, this is a traveling channel, travel/lifestyle channel. So I do a little bit of both. I mix a little bit of lifestyle, a little bit of travel content. I've been posting a lot of travel content lately, but I just thought it's time to mix it up and do a little bit of lifestyle because I've gotten a lot of inquiries on how I managed to lose weight in less than a year. So I thought I should talk about that today in the realm of traveling, because the questions are merely like, you're traveling a lot, how do you get to maintain a consistent schedule? Truth is, I sleep off. When I'm traveling, yes, sometimes I do work out, and most of the times I probably don't. And the days where I work out, it's usually something very light, like a little bit of jogging, a little bit of like a session in the gym, but nothing too serious. And of course, that's like a little bit different from my normal regimen. So maybe what started this weight loss journey, because I've been going through multiple weight loss journeys, and right before I continue, I think I should point out this disclaimer that I am not a nutritionist, I am not a dietitian, and by any means I'm not trying to claim to be an expert in the whole like fitness environment. This is just me sharing my experiences and what worked for me. So I at the beginning of the pandemic, I was taking medication that at the beginning of the pandemic I was taking some medications that one of the side effects was gaining weight. I've got a lot of questions to why I was gaining weight, why I was letting myself gain weight, and truthfully I didn't feel the need to explain it to anybody. Not that there's anything wrong with gaining weight. It's just that it was uncharted territories for me, but I did not want to dwell in that because I had bigger issues to worry about than people's comments about why I've gained so much weight over time. So I trusted the process, although it took about a year, because right after the medication I had to get wind of the medication. That was another like extra 6 months. So about 1 full year I was just like, it was just a cycle of overeating, a cycle of like being too dependent on that medication. And finally, when I was ready to start my journey, I started it right around August last year. And the turning point was when I visited Miami. I went for a skydiving adventure, and they kept me on a scale. I was 230 pounds. That's the heaviest I've ever weighed. I've always been around 165 to 175 pounds, so that was the heaviest I've ever weighed. And I just thought it was time for me to go back to normal, because I wasn't feeling healthy. I was very clumsy, and that's why I started my journey. So I didn't take the measurements at the beginning of my journey, but I started with like a very strict vegetable diet. Then I lost about 10 pounds. Then that's when I actually started recording my weight. I started recording my weight at around 210 pounds. So as you can see here, I started around end of September. So that was like right after like I came from Miami, because I went in Miami in August of 2021. So around the April time frame, I maintained a constant weight until July 5th of July. I measured myself, I was back in 195, and now I'm slowly going down. So how did I gain this much weight? Obviously I was traveling. I traveled for almost a month. So I was not gonna have a normal workout schedule. So how I started and got back to my normal routine. The purpose of this video was to talk about how I gained back my strength to go back to my normal routine. So usually I take a green smoothie that sort of detoxifies whatever I've been eating when I was traveling, stuff like that. So I usually do it a 3-day cleanse, and I got this smoothie recipes from this guy. Instagram, his name is the smoothie guy. I'll try to show how I do my meal prep, and that is it. Honestly, it's just 3 days of like different types of smoothies, and sometimes I mix and match. So let's say I'll drink one kind in the morning, the other kind in the evening, and in the afternoon I'll drink a different kind. Or sometimes I'll just drink one type of smoothie day one type of smoothie day two, and one type of smoothie on the third day. to be honest with you, you get really hungry, especially if you're not used to depriving yourself of eating. So when I feel hungry, I usually try to make something a little bit light. So for instance, this time around when I came back, I made this broth from tilapia fish. I'm not sure if the time lapse showed it very well, but I seasoned the fish with my spices, then added lemon and salt. The lemon is just to remove the fish smell. Then I ended up using the sweet potatoes only. I didn't use the russet potatoes because it was gonna be a lot of food. So that's gonna go into a boil. While we're boiling that, we're gonna add our vegetables of choice. So this can be whatever you wanna use. For me, it's carrots, green peppers, lima beans, as well as green onion. So I'm just gonna add there. I already have the purple onion together with the sweet potatoes in there. So the lima beans are kind of frozen, so it's gonna be a little bit frozen, but you just add the veggies. So now I see if I added the potatoes, that could have been a lot. So there we go. Then from there, we have I kept some of the green onions aside, as well as habanero pepper. The habanero pepper is just there for aroma, so we don't want to burst it unless you want it to be extra hot. So we just put the habanero pepper in there for aroma. Then leave this out. Then we add it when it's almost getting cooked, so that it's almost raw, because it also makes a really different aroma that's good for appetite. So that's starting to sizzle already. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water so that I get the amount of soup that I want. And here you can add as much water as you want depending on what amount of soup you want, but for me I think this will have to do. So I just cover that, let it simmer. After some time I'll add the onions and it will be done. It's very simple, very good if you're trying to lose weight, and you're welcome. So check to see if the potatoes are done. Okay, the potatoes look cooked. If the potatoes look cooked, I'll just add the raw green onions for aroma, because everything else is cooked and seasoned to perfection. So I'll let that submerge a little bit in there and turn over the stove. Then serve. So in case you want a carb-loaded diet, you can add like a chapati to this one, or you could add a form of like carbs that you like to eat. But for me, I think this is enough. I have enough carbs, I have enough veggies, and in case I need more stew, I have more than enough. Just a little bit of veggies. And yeah, that's very nutritious, healthy, and helps me get rejuvenated. And this is your same old boiled fish that my mom used to cook this at home. I just added a lot of vegetables to make it more hearty and more nutritious, and also like to just have all the macros. So typically I would eat this broth either during lunch, then have this smoothies for breakfast and dinner, or I'll have this broth during dinner time, then have the smoothies for breakfast and lunch. And I've done this for about 3 days. As you can see, as you saw from the scale, I kind of started going down right after a few days, and the goal wasn't to to lose weight. The goal was to just get back into my normal self, and I can tell you this, after the 3 days of eating a lot of vegetables, I definitely got my energy back, and I definitely went back to the gym. So in case you're traveling a lot, or in case you have an irregular schedule and you need to go back to the gym and you're looking for a way to jumpstart your energy, I feel like this is a great way to do so. And do not feel limited to do this right after you travel or right after a big break from working out. Sometimes you just have one of those days, life gets at you and it becomes very overwhelming. I also think this is a really good pick me up to just do, especially when you're in between like workout times, or especially when you're in between workout intervals, like you haven't worked out for 2-3 months, or if you're just like taking a break for a week. It's a really good way to gain back to the momentum of working out, and I think everybody should try it, especially if you're starting a healthy eating journey. It's just good to like clear it before you carry on to that journey. But other than that, honestly, the rest of the days is just clean eating and working out that got me here. In case you have more questions about my workout journey, in case you have more questions of how I work out, please feel free to comment down below. I'll be sure to talk about it. And until next time, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Bye.